Hi folks, welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. It's the replay contest time again, tank destroyers this time around, and today's video is a subscriber spotlight. This is LPhoenix. He's a Hungarian player, obviously from the EU server, and he sent in a whole bunch of really good Jagdtiger replays, like this one. This one's from patch 7.4. Now remember, in patch 7.4, tier 9 was the highest you could go in a tank destroyer. So there are no tier 10 tank destroyers around. This is a tier 10 game on Ruinberg. An encounter battle. And he knows he's been spotted. His commander has 6th sense. So he's hauling ass out of the line of sight of that chaffee before artillery opens up on him. It's usually been my experience driving a Jagdtiger that artillery loves to shoot at Jagdtigers. He's warning the team there, watch out for that chaffee. Has an excellent view range. Remember, patch 7.4 was before the matchmaker was rebalanced, so you've got everything from tier 7 up to tier 10 in this game. So, what are we going to run to first? Obviously his Jagdtiger's fully upgraded. He's got the 128mm gun with a really, well, you know, well, it's the fastest rate of fire at tier 9 of any of the tank destroyers. Something like a shot once every 9 seconds. Phenomenal damage per minute on this thing. Well, we don't need to worry about that chaffee anymore. Pershing on his right flank. That Pershing's going to give him problems, because he's very exposed here. He doesn't really have anybody protecting his side. Object 212, and Jagdtiger nails him. And there you go. M26 hits him in the flank, takes out his ammo rack. So he uses his repair kit on that. And this Pershing driver he's obviously poking the turret of his tank out through a broken, shot up lower floor of a building there. And Phoenix has a pop at his gun, but that was a speculative shot at the best of times. Comes out again, and a lovely clear shot at the lower glacis of that E50 finishes him off. So there's his second kill, counting the chaffee as well. And there's all sorts of trouble coming down this road. Now he's not using gold ammo here. Just this gun is good enough to get through the upper glacis of a 4502. And of course, if you can get through the upper glacis, you have no problem blowing the top of the tank off by putting a shot into the commander's hatch. Tracks the T-29, leaving him exposed for the E-75 behind him, which allows him to come in and get the killing blow. If he can get a hit on this E-75, that's going to be a kill too. And he's had his tracks blown off. It's probably the smartest thing that E-75 could do under the circumstances. He's used his repair kit and his ammo rack, he's stuck there. And that could have been a very dangerous moment if enemy artillery was watching. Luckily, they weren't. And now here comes a big boy, an E100. Aims for the lower glacis, but that was a very well angled E100, and he's trying to do the same here. Protect himself from that E100's gun. And bang. And that shot went through his lower glacis, damaged his suspension, which of course means his engine is now damaged. Comfortable win for the team. Yeah, I mean, they're winning 10-5. Jagdpanther? No. Kill the infantry. Most dangerous target first. And now kill the Jagdpanther. And there's Top Gun. In a tier 10 game. Not bad at all. And a true gentleman congratulates all concerned in chat there. Good game to everybody. And it was a reasonably well played match. I mean, the enemy team weren't terrible, they just got outplayed. So that's the first of 3 games that I wanted to show you from LPhoenix. Next one, a game on Fjord. And here it is. Now, this is patch 7.5 replay, so the improved matchmaking is in effect, although it doesn't make that much difference to guys driving Jagdtigers, except there aren't going to be that many tier 6s or 7s for you to shoot at. Now, you may recall the Jagdtiger game that I posted about a month ago, where I got 10 kills in a tier 9 game on Port. That game was also my damage done record, with 6,700 damage done to the enemy team, which is pretty good. This match kicks that into a cocked hat. LPhoenix does 7,500 damage to the enemy team in this game, and despite that gets relatively little kills. So check this out. Now, he said to the team, at this point just tease them into coming around the corner and I'll snipe them for you. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, the enemy team didn't need any invitation. They're coming around this corner in force, whether whether this team wants them to or not. So 2 shots fired, both hit, no actual damage done. He's just been unlucky, or lucky, depending on how you look at it. He's managed to track these guys, which is at least slowing down their advance. And there's his first miss. Jagdtiger doesn't miss often. And it does reload very quickly, but it just ain't reloading fast enough. There's his first damaging hit into that pattern. He's about to get another one. But there's only really him shooting at these guys, and it's just not enough. So they've managed to push around, and this is a pretty failed team, if we're going to be completely honest here. Allowing these guys to get all the way up to that corner and around, virtually unopposed. And they're coming from 2 directions at once. They're probably coming from 3 directions at once. In fact, they are, if you check out the map and look up at A7. The initiative is definitely with the enemy team in this game. And while the scores are even, they're in a much better position than us. That Tiger is getting attacked from 2 sides by 4 different tanks. And it's all Phoenix can do just to slow them down. Now we're losing 3-5. And he's been spotted. Not sure who by. Take the shot and get out of there. Break contact. What is that Lerva doing? Well, now he ain't doing anything, because he's dead. And here comes that artillery. Nice big fat target. Easy to hit for artillery. And was it always the radio operator who's the first one to die? Good hit on the enemy Jagdtiger. But the team are fighting back. Despite being outmaneuvered and outgunned. They are... seriously? Penetration? On an AMX 1390 with this gun, and it didn't do any damage? You gotta wonder about the damage mechanics sometimes. I mean, there's always a reason for why it happens. It's just... a shell of this size hitting a tank of that size, it should snap it in two, regardless of whether the shell even explodes or not. But, you know, World of Tanks is not a simulator. It's an arcade game with simulator elements. And again, I mean, look at the pounding he's giving to these tanks, but he's only killed 2 of them. I think he's only missed 2 shots so far. Oh, gonna have to be careful here. Okay, me and my big mouth. I think he's only missed 3 shots so far. Doesn't want to hit that Lorraine by accident. Well, Lorraine might not survive long enough to make a difference. Ah, okay, typical. Hits the Tiger, penetrates, does no damage. She tried to save the Lorraine, but sometimes, despite your best efforts, shit just happens. Team is still dragging behind, but they're not going down without a fight. And the remaining enemy tanks are pretty badly beaten up. This is going to bounce, surely. Yep. If he'd waited half a second, he could have had a definite kill there. And the team are pulling the scores back. And suddenly, these guys ain't looking quite so clever. And it's time to go on the offensive. So played a really, really good defensive game there. Just raining destruction down on the enemy team. And basically enabling his team to get those kills. They'd have lost, easily. They would have lost the town in the middle of the map if not for this guy here. I mean, I'm not saying these other guys on the team didn't put the fair share of effort in as well. They obviously did. Oh, hello, Mr. KV4. Good shot, Artie. And where's their E75? Oh, look at that. Massive hit on that Jagdpanther. Well, any time you hit a Jagdpanther with this gun is going to be a massive hit. He has 850 health, and you do over 500 damage every time you fire this gun. Yeah. Bye-bye. There's kill number 3. That's only 3 kills. And there's the E75. And he ain't in a great spot. T95 coming down the road. He's getting desperate. He's gone head to head with the T95. That's never going to end well for him. Although, oh, we could finish him off here. We got him. Yes, kill number 4. And our other Jagdtiger is well past the enemy base and hunting down their artillery. A GW Panther. It's just a question of who's going to find him first. I'd be surprised if he was still skulking at the back of the map there. He's probably trying to make a run for it and hide somewhere. Oh, there he is. Ooh, can we get him? Can we make this 5 kills? It's not going to be good enough for Top Gun, but... Come on, Phoenix. You can have him. Oh yeah, there he is. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, that is not a premium account. If that had been played on a premium account, that would have been an 80,000 credit match. And easily 2,000 experience. 25 shots fired, 20 hit the target, took 3 hits. And funnily enough, wasn't quite good enough to get sniper. So no battle hero awards in that game. But that was 7,500 damage done to the enemy team. Which is just phenomenal. I have never had a game that good and done that much damage. Well, I've had games that have been as good as that in different ways, but I have never come close to doing that amount of damage in a game. That is absolutely phenomenal. Very, very well done. And back to Ruinberg for another 7.5 replay. This time it's a tier 9 game, quite a few tier 9s, and LPhoenix is obviously using XVM, because you're about to see him warn the team about the enemy Jagdtiger player, who apparently has a really, really good efficiency rating. It's one thing about playing on the EU server. There's so many languages in game. I really, really wish I spoke something other than English and Afrikaans. I can understand a little bit of Dutch and a little bit of German, but that's about it. Romanian, Polish, I have absolutely no idea what most people are saying. And there we go. Watch out for their Jagdtiger. He's really good. So initially, as he did in the previous Ruinberg game, he was heading into the centre of town. He's changed his mind because he's seen where their Jagdtiger's going. And he's off to kill him, because he's the biggest threat on the enemy team. There he is. And the crossroads over on the eastern end of the map is going to be very, very highly contested. We've just lost a Type 59 to the enemy E50. They've got a T-54. That Jagdtiger, there's a T-29 up there. And that's just what we can see. Jagdtiger actually means hunting tiger, which is quite appropriate in this game. Now that was unlucky. Now if I was that T25/2 driver, yeah, I wouldn't be hanging around waiting for this to happen. By all means, take a shot, but back up first. Take your shot, so that you don't have to spend that much time getting out of the way of the Jagdtiger's gun. So his first shot doesn't quite go at his point of aim, and bounces, but the second one doesn't, and artillery's hitting this guy as well. And there is good cover up there on that road, but not for a Jagdtiger. You're just too big. And they're being swarmed by those medium tanks. But Phoenix, mindful of the fact that he's a nice big juicy target for enemy artillery too, he ain't sitting in the middle of the road, moves up into artillery cover and nails the best player on the enemy team. And then starts to kick 7 different shades of shit out of all those other enemy tanks up on that eastern road. And he's been spotted, but hey, who cares? Those guys are on higher ground than him, so even if they could hit his lower glacis from this range, the angles involved would be pretty good for Phoenix. And there you go. Flank secure. And now it's just a question of sweeping around and encircling the remaining enemy tanks. We're going to have to take care of this T-95 first. Oh, there's an E-75 down there as well. What the hell is he doing there? Unless he's come back to try to hold off this medium rush. but I must admit I would rather be doing that from a distance in an E75. T95 spotted him, but hey, too little too late. Kiss your tracks goodbye. And here we go. E50 on one side, Jagdtiger on the other. Bend over, grab your ankles, and kiss your ass goodbye. There's kill number 4. And from here on in, I mean, look at where the enemy team are and what they have left. This is a turkey shoot. Good solid hit on that E75. And he's aiming at him, so angle your armour. In fact, E75 can only hit his superstructure, which is 250mm thick, because his lower glacis is protected by these lower stone walls. And now the E75 over there has problems of his own. An E50 on his ass. Lorraine's pumped a few shots into him and is now reloading, and oh hello! Kill number 5. And now the flank is completely secure. Remainder of the enemy team are completely pinned down and they're about to get surrounded and overwhelmed. So some really, really good teamwork there. Who are we going to kill first? Oh! It's this bloody frontal transmission on these German machines. KV2's feeling a bit brave. There's Top Gun. AMX 5120 swooping around. He's obviously just reloaded. He's going to absolutely humiliate that IS-8. There he goes. IS-8's going to get one shot off if he's lucky, and bingo, there you go, game over. And again, definitely not running a premium account. That's a 1500 XP game, easily. And you can just tell by looking at the amount of credits earned. He did a buttload of damage to the enemy team. Not as much as in that Fjords game, not even close. But yeah, this guy is definitely not running a premium account. And despite the fact that he's not running premium, that's still a 1000 XP game. So yeah, what can I say? The Jagdtiger is an incredibly good machine, but you need a decent driver. And one or more of these games, well, basically I wanted to show you, because he sent so many good Jagdtiger games in, I didn't just want to pick one, include it in the shortlist, and not show you the others. So that's basically the reason why I decided LPhoenix from Hungary, you're going to get your own subscriber spotlight for your fantastic Jagdtiger driving skills. Great machine, always a pleasure to see it in the hands of a competent driver. Well done, thank you for sending your replays in. Back soon with more Tank Destroyer roundups. I have about another 9 games to look at, and then I can pick a winner, sort out a shortlist, and then start giving out gold. So expect that in a couple of days. In the meantime, as always, take care on the battlefield, and I'll catch you next time.